Welcome back to Making Frugal Fun. I'm Shannon and I share our family's debt-free journey to pay off over $500,000 of debt and all the frugal things that we are doing along the way to get there. That includes meal planning, and today I have a $200 Walmart grocery haul for you guys. You may or may not be familiar with my frugal meal planner that has dinner ideas for an entire year. It's a quarterly meal plan using leftovers, and that alone has helped us cut our grocery budget from spending like $1,500 a month on food between fast food, restaurants, and just like grocery shopping without any kind of a plan to just about $100 per week, which of course is getting harder with inflation and everything and seeing those rising grocery prices, but still having a plan is 100% the best thing you can do to cut your food budget. So a lot of people ask me about breakfast and lunch ideas, and honestly, we kind of are a little bit more relaxed when it comes to breakfast, lunch, and snacks. We kind of just go with the flow. We plan out our dinners and then kind of fill in everything else for breakfast, lunch, snacks, sticking to that $100 a week goal. So I finally sat down and made a breakfast and lunch plan for the kids. I have a grocery list for the entire month. So like everything that you need to get for the month to make 60 meals, 30 breakfasts, 30 lunches, and this is for about 4 elementary school aged kids. So if you only have 2 small kids, you can probably cut this budget in half or even extend the meal plan for like 2 months. And so the grocery list is kind of like a from scratch or DIY meal plan. So you're making pancake batter, waffle mix, and then I've also included a grocery list that has convenience items. So if you have a month where you're like, no way, I'm not gonna make all this stuff, I'm exhausted, this month is so busy, I also have a list of ideas that are easy substitutes that you can grab in the frozen section. So of course the from scratch grocery list is gonna be so much cheaper because when you make things on your own or cut up your own produce instead of buying the already cut up produce, those kinds of things, you are gonna save money because when you buy things that are already pre-packaged and prepped and ready-made for you, you're paying extra for the convenience of the items, which is totally fine if you have room in your budget, but when you are really trying to stick to a tight grocery budget, making more things from scratch and DIYing more items is gonna help you so much.
Also, this is only the second time that I've done grocery pickup. We've always just preferred to go into the grocery store to shop, but I did really like it, and I'm always telling myself that I'm gonna do this every time, but we always just end up going in. What do you prefer, grocery pickup or in-store shopping? Let me know in the comments. With this month meal plan, my goal was to be able to use up everything we buy. So if we're buying English muffins to make breakfast pizzas, we're also going to use them to pack pizza for lunch and again to make breakfast sandwiches. And on that note, my Walmart was out of English muffins, and so I also wanted to point out the flexibility of the meal plan in this time where the grocery store is not always fully stocked. You can simply use regular bread to make pizza, breakfast sandwiches. Just use whatever is cheap and available. So let me go through everything we got. Obviously, a ton of bread. There's a million different recipes you can make with bread, and bread and eggs are some of the cheapest grocery staples that you can buy, so definitely stock up on those. Crescent rolls are really versatile for breakfast and lunch and even dinner. Like you can put chicken and cream cheese and ham and cheese inside of them. You can make pizza crescent rolls with pepperonis and cheese. We always get the 60 eggs, and by the way, they're like $4 cheaper at Kroger, but I wanted to do Walmart grocery haul for you guys since more people, or not everybody, has a Kroger probably near them. Lots of snack staples. So the way I set up this meal plan, I will have extra Goldfish, veggie straws, pretzel twists, animal crackers. Like I'm gonna put those in for lunch, like on the side for lunch, but also I should have leftovers for snack time too. Pepperonis, you can use them for a lot of different things like DIY pizza Lunchables, breakfast pizzas, regular pizzas, putting them in the crescent rolls like I mentioned before. And then I thought this was a really good deal for frozen sausage patties to make breakfast sandwiches with, and of course to just have on the side for breakfast. And then also this 50 frozen sausage links again to have on the side with breakfast to add some protein. And then lots of bacon. Bacon is kind of pricey right now, so we'll probably limit it as much as possible, but I did put it in the meal plan on the side for breakfast and also like to put on breakfast sandwiches. And then frozen fruit to make smoothies. So smoothies are a great way to get your kids eating more fruits and vegetables. We love this oats and honey granola to put on yogurt parfaits. Yogurt parfaits you can serve for breakfast and for lunch. Of course, cheese. Mozzarella cheese is going to be good for all the different ways to make pizza. Sharp cheddar, cheese sticks. This is a bag of 36, so these are awesome to put in lunch boxes for kids and to serve for snacks. These are good for grilled cheese, also for making DIY Lunchables. And then the ranch seasoning is awesome for getting kids to eat vegetables. So I mix it with the plain Greek yogurt. That way you're adding like a little protein because you're having ranch dip, but it's got 17 grams of protein per serving in this plain Greek yogurt. Dried cranberries are awesome for putting on salads, wraps, and also just serving as like a little snack on the side, kind of like candy or fruit snack, but a little bit healthier. And then hummus is also great for getting kids to eat veggies. You can dip carrots in it or celery, any kind of vegetable, even chips. And chocolate chips, I like to put these in homemade muffins and pancakes. Little Smokies are awesome for putting in crescent rolls, and you can also just serve them like dipped in barbecue sauce for lunch. Strawberry preserves I got, and also grape jelly, just some variety for peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, toast. Got some hazelnut spread to also make quote unquote chocolate sandwiches as we call them, and to put on toast and things like that. Barbecue sauce, obviously to spice up a lot of different recipes. Peanut butter is basically a staple, so we got the big boy here. Need it for a lot of different things. Syrup is good syrup is useful in a lot of different recipes. Sometimes if a recipe calls for honey, you can use syrup instead, which is cheaper. This is just a non-stick cooking spray that's useful when you're making your pancakes and everything. I tried to get the generic one, but they were out of this canola oil, so they substituted with the brand name, which is fine. And then just some pantry staples to stock up on. So if you're making like the pancakes and the waffle and the muffin recipe from scratch, you're gonna need things like baking powder, salt, flour in your pantry, which you probably already have, so you don't need to get all of these things. Check your pantry first before you go shopping. And then marinara sauce is good for dipping, and obviously like all the different kinds of pizzas that we make. Orange juice I got actually to make some smoothie recipes, as well as this vanilla Greek yogurt. The vanilla Greek yogurt and the plain Greek yogurt, some of it is for dipping or just eating in the yogurt parfait, and some of it is for mixing with smoothies. And then cream cheese spread is another way to make like turkey Lunchables, turkey wraps, and you can also put it on sandwiches with strawberry jam, just kind of like some variety there. And produce, so with produce you're going to want to refresh weekly. We got berries, strawberries, blueberries. Little oranges are awesome for lunches, snacks, breakfast. Bananas, obviously cheap and you can never get enough, as well as apples. definitely a cheap snack breakfast, and they keep you pretty full, especially if you like dip them in peanut butter. And then these are just like some things that you can dip in ranch dip to kind of get your kids trying some veggies that aren't like as scary, like carrots and red bell peppers, and also celery. Putting peanut butter on celery is a good way to try to get them to try some new and different things. A bag of fresh spinach is awesome for a lot of different recipes. We always grab a bag of this. So wraps, salads, you can put it in omelets, you can put it in smoothies to add some vegetables to your kids' diet and to your own. And then grapes are good for lunch, and also applesauce. Lots of applesauce. We love eating applesauce for lunches and snacks.
I hope this grocery haul gave you some fun, easy, affordable meal planning ideas for your kids for breakfast and lunch. I know it can be really hard to think of ideas, and especially sticking to your grocery budget. Make sure you check out my new kid-friendly breakfast and lunch plan with the link in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe so you don't miss anything, and I'll see you guys in the next one.